Welcome to the Metropolis of Metabolism, a guided tour through the engine room of life. Over the next few slides, we'll walk the city streets of cells, meet the workers that keep everything running, and trace how fuel becomes usable energy, all with clear visuals to help connect these molecular processes to everyday life. Think of the city's blueprint as two complementary systems: demolition and construction. Catabolism breaks large molecules down to release energy, like splitting logs to stoke a fire, while anabolism uses that energy to build complex structures the body needs, like assembling bricks into a house. Both sides work together to keep the city alive and adaptable. Here's the energy grid that powers the whole metropolis. Glucose enters and is first processed in glycolysis, then the resulting fragments feed the citric acid cycle in the mitochondrial power plant, and finally oxidative phosphorylation on the inner membrane superhighway generates the bulk of usable ADP. The diagram shows how these districts connect to convert fuel into cellular energy. Our first stop is glycolysis in the cytoplasm, the spark that ignites the fire. One glucose molecule is split into two pyruvate molecules, producing a small amount of ADP and NADH, and crucially, this step does not require oxygen. Think of it as the city's quick start generator that sets the stage for the bigger power stations to come. Next, we enter the mitochondria for the citric acid cycle, the central workshop of energy extraction. Pyruvate is turned into acetyl-CoA and fed into a spinning wheel of reactions that strip high-energy electrons from the fuel. The cycle makes a little ADP directly and loads up NADH and FADH2, while carbon dioxide is released as waste that we breathe out. Now we reach the main power grid, oxidative phosphorylation. The NADH and FADH2 from earlier donate electrons to an electron transport chain that pumps protons across the membrane, creating a gradient. As protons rush back through ADP synthase, they turn a molecular turbine that produces large amounts of ADP, powering most cellular activities. Nothing in the city runs without enzymes, the specialized workforce that speeds up reactions. Enzymes lower the activation energy required for chemical changes, like giving a climber a boost up a hill, and they are highly specific, fitting their substrates like keys and locks so the right reactions occur at the right time and place. Here are 4 everyday enzyme examples you actually use. Amylase in saliva begins starch digestion as you chew, lactase in the small intestine breaks down milk sugar for those who produce it, lipase digests dietary fats into absorbable fatty acids, and catalase protects cells by converting harmful hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. The city's currency is ADP, adenosine triphosphate, the universal energy coin spent on everything from muscle contraction to DNA synthesis, released when a phosphate bond is broken. Excess fuel is banked as glycogen, mainly in liver and muscle, which can be quickly mobilized back into glucose to feed tissues when demand spikes. City Hall handles regulation so the metropolis runs smoothly. Hormones act like conductors. Insulin tells cells to take up glucose after a meal, glucagon signals the liver to release glucose during fasting, and stress hormones provide quick energy boosts. Feedback inhibition works like an automated thermostat, where end products signal the pathway to slow down to avoid waste. Sometimes the systems falter and metabolic disorders arise. In type 1 diabetes, the body doesn't produce insulin, so cells can't access glucose, while type 2 involves poor cellular response to insulin, like a rusty lock. Phenylketonuria is a genetic broken recipe where an enzyme can't process phenylalanine, requiring dietary management to prevent buildup. Fueling and training the city is about balance. Carbohydrates provide quick energy, proteins supply building materials, and healthy fats support brain function and absorption of vitamins. Exercise shifts the metabolic engine into high gear, raising calorie burn, improving insulin sensitivity, and boosting resting metabolic rate by building metabolically active muscle. Metabolism changes over a lifetime. During childhood and adolescence, the metabolic campfire blazes. Growth demands high energy intake and rapid tissue construction. With aging, the rate usually slows as muscle mass decreases and the metabolic flame becomes a gentler flicker, so understanding and adapting diet and activity is key to healthy aging. Looking ahead, new maps and discoveries are reshaping our view of the metabolic city. Metabolomics and genomics give high-definition profiles for personalized medicine, CRISPR and high-throughput tools speed up research like precision instruments, and emerging trends such as single-cell analyses and microbiome studies reveal complex interactions that influence metabolic health. To wrap up, remember the core landmarks. Metabolism is the balance of breaking down and building up. The energy grid, glycolysis, citric acid cycle, oxidative phosphorylation, converts fuel into ADP. Enzymes are the workforce, and regulation keeps everything in homeostasis. If you want to explore further, the slide lists accessible books, tutorials, and journals to guide your next steps.